Okay, so we have an urgent information coming out. Crane seeks $1 billion a month for U.S. equipment purchases. Now, this is coming out from the leader, Zelensky. I mean, $1 billion a month? Wow. All right, so we're going to get to this one here. We have more breaking news coming out. You have Ukraine, U.S. to meet this week to discuss potential Zelensky and Putin talks. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Very important information is coming out today. We're going to start with this one first. But man, $1 billion a month? I mean, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And I don't think it's going to be the U.S. It's going to be the Europeans. They're going to open up their pockets. And yeah, that's, again, crazy money right there. That's the most expensive child support payment in history. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2. Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, guys. And thank you so much for the cup of coffee through Cash App. It does help out. Thank you so much for that. And for some reason, cup of coffee does help with the diverticulosis. It does. And I saw the doctor and everything, and it does help out with the diverticulosis. So again, diet food and stuff like that. I hit 41 years old, so once you hit 40, diverticulosis come around when you reach like the age of 40. So again, I do go to the gym. I work out and stuff like that, and a lot of proteins, and I guess I need to cut that down a little bit. But again, I'm not that young kid anymore. Hitting 40, you got to change certain diets. But thank you so much for the cup of coffee through Cash App. I really appreciate it, guys. So, and again, thank you so much for the prayers. I'm feeling great. Thank you so much for that. All right, so it says here, Crane aims to secure at least $1 billion a month. Man, that's a lot. From its allies to purchase the sleeping giant made equipment as it fights off the bear ongoing invasion. Now, here's the thing, too, guys. If I'm not mistaken, I think we pay the Holy Land around 2 point something billion a month. We pay, again, we give money to other nations every month. We give money to many, many lands out there. We do, to help them, and I guess to, when it comes to certain economy stuff and to defend themselves. But we do give a lot of money. In return, we get, well, nothing. Actually, just more high taxes we have to pay. But, I mean, we should get something at the end of the year. It's like filing, tax deductible and stuff like that when you have dependents. I mean, we have dependents. We have multiple countries. That's our dependence right there. So, it says here, speaking at a press conference in Kiev alongside Norwegian Prime Minister, Zelensky said Norway had joined NATO's prioritized Crane requirements list program, which allows participating nations to buy equipment from the sleeping giants. So again, it's going to be like the Europeans and stuff like that that's going to buy it, members of NATO. Our goal is to fill this program with no less than $1 billion every month, Zelensky said. We also discuss our domestic drone production and joint opportunity with partners. Investments now can help not only physically but also force the bear to end this war. Zelensky added that more Ukrainian-made drones for air defense and long-range strike would increase pressure on Moscow as it continues to disregard calls for a cease plan. I believe that I think it's time for Z to step down. I do believe so. And the reason why, well, again, in their constitution, again, he's no longer Crane leader anymore. His term was up in May 2024. But he's still the leader, and the reason why is because he keeps extending martial law. It keeps him in the spotlight. But even Donald said, "Dude, you're no longer the leader. You gotta go, man. Someone else needs to come in." But again, Z, well, again, that's him. And I do believe if another person steps in, that would change the ball game. It would change all this around. Actually, I think it would be a lot better, if another dude steps in, or another person steps in, and I do believe it's a better making decision. It would change all this. It will bring more, at least a little peace to this region. Crane's request comes as Kiev seeks to anchor long-term U.S. security guarantees through a major arms procurement deal. Now, Zelensky said on August 18, Crane had proposed buying $90 billion worth of sleeping giant equipment, financed largely by European partners, as the second pillar of its security framework, alongside building a strong domestic army and expanding drone production. Man. That's a lot of money. Financial Times earlier reported that Crane had initially suggested a $100 billion figure before revisiting it to $90 billion. The proposal aims to tie sleeping giant support to a massive boost for sleeping giant industry, framing it as an investment opportunity. I tell you what, if Joe was here, he would have given that money to Crane in a heartbeat, which many sleeping giant citizens were furious. Again, every week, billions and billions and billions and billions and billions, and every time Zelensky come to our sleeping giant country, he bring an empty bag. He goes back home with a bag filled with, you know what? Joe used to give him a lot of money, a lot. I mean, it was insane. The plan also calls for a $50 billion partnership with Ukrainian companies to produce drones, and includes Kiev previously requests for at least 10 Sleeping Giant-made Patriot air defense systems. The proposals were presented to European allies and the White House ahead of the U.S. Commander-in-Chief August 18 meeting with Zelensky. Earlier in July, Zelensky said he had reached an agreement with U.S. Commander-in-Chief on the sale of Ukrainian drones to the U.S., estimating the potential contract to be worth between $10 billion and $30 billion. Crane has expanded drone productions across all domains, air, land, and sea, since the bear launched its full-scale invasion in 2022. All right. So that's the first one there, guys. All right. So he is requesting $1 billion a month. It seems like the Europeans are the one that is going to be helping him out. All right. So Crane, U.S. to meet this week to discuss potential Zelensky-Putin talks. All right. So this is going to be a big one. This here is going to be a big one. Ukrainian and Sleeping Giant officials are expected to meet later this week to discuss a potential meeting between Kiev and Moscow, Zelensky said on August the 25th. The news comes amid Sleeping Giant Commander-in-Chief push for a speeding peace deal to end the biblical war in Ukraine, following a separate meeting with Vladimir and Zelensky. Now, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief said that the next step will be a bilateral summit between the two leaders, which he hoped would occur in the next 2 weeks. According to Zelensky, he is also planning to discuss potential talks with the bear leader's side during a meeting with the U.S. envoy Keith Kellogg later on August the 25th. Now, Ukraine also expect to receive a plan on security guarantees backed by Western partners within days. Mm. Now it says here, we would like to understand from the American side whether the bear are ready and in what format for a bilateral and eventually trilateral meeting, Zelensky said during a press conference with Norwegian Prime Minister in Kiev. Now, the meeting would mark the first encounter between Zelensky and Putin since the start of the Bear full-scale invasion in February of 2022. The two leaders last met in Paris in December of 2019 as part of Normandy format talks mediated by France and Germany. Talks preparations are being led by the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve, and the VP Mr. J.D. Vance, the Ukrainian leader said. It says here you have the Bear Minister Sergei said that the Kremlin will not accept Zelensky's signature. Man, okay, so this is the big one here. This is like the big problem. Let me just scroll down here. So, again, remember I told you guys that his term was up back in May 20 or May 19, 2024. Again, his term was up. So that means that Z is no longer the leader of Ukraine. But the reason why he's still running that country is because he keep extending martial law. Well, here's the thing. You have the Bear country, you have the Bear foreign minister, you have Sergei said that the Kremlin will not accept, all right, Zelensky's signature on the legal documents establishing terms for an end to the Bear full-scale war against Ukraine. And the reason why is because, again, the Bear claims that Zelensky lacks legitimacy. It just is common sense here. And by the way, this is a... Whoops. Give me a second here. This is the Kiev Independent. Of course, they're going to say stuff like that. Here's the thing, guys. Countries has constitution. Ukraine constitution says that, again, terms is up. That's it. Your term is up. You got to go. You got to go. Even Donald made a joke when Zelensky was here last week. Donald is like, maybe I should, install martial law, and so that way I could continue being leader, too, for this sleeping giant country and stay in power for many, many years. Just like you are doing, Z. And Z just, he kind of laughed it out. But, again, I mean, if your term is up, you got to go, man. You got to go. And it's not like his country is seeing catastrophic events. People in Ukraine, I mean, there's certain areas that's still beautiful. People still going out, enjoying their life. Now, the crazy war that's going on right now is the Strip, all right? Gaza Strip. Now, that's a crazy biblical war compared to Ukraine. It's a whole different ballgame. Now, Ukraine did not declare famine. The Strip declared famine, all right? So, again, give me a second here, guys. This seems like it's going to be all of it for this one here, but give me a second. Let me just go back on X really quick. All right, so just bringing you guys some updates when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, give me 1 second here, guys. Let me go to the Kiev Post. There was a drone strike There was a drone strike that smashed and torched the Bear, Maine natural gas export facility. Man. Now, I'm not going to show the picture, guys. I'm showing all this information on my Twitter page. The link will be in the description box. Ooh, hold on. We got a breaking news here. Hold on. Give me a second. What is this? Kiev Post just posted this not too long ago. Okay, so they translate it. So it says here, Poland can no longer fund Starlink for Ukrainian after the president vetoed the aid law. Minister of Digital Affairs called the move a gift for Putin's forces, warning that cutting Ukraine off from critical services serves the aggressor interest. Man, they can't translate this? Hmm. Okay, so this is basically all the information here, guys. What are your thoughts on this? The Europeans is going to be paying that $1 billion a month. I mean, if they approve, but Zelensky is that's what he's looking for, $1 billion a month. Anybody out there want to donate? So again, they're probably going to have some kind of who knows, maybe GoFundMe stuff. But it's crazy that the man is still asking for ching ching. He needs to have one-on-one debate with someone. Dude needs to go. Someone else needs to come to the spotlight. I mean, someone else could change all this ball game around. But as long as Zelensky is in the spotlight, it's just the same old thing over and over and over. A never-ending trending to this biblical war. There's got to be a new face. New face, new changes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.